This week on 49ers Cal High Sports Report presented by U.S. Bank, the league races are on for basketball and soccer, and we have the highlights. We'll see the Bruce Mahoney game between SI and Sacred Heart Cathedral, Irvington meets Mission San Jose, and Doherty Valley takes on De La Salle.
We have soccer action with Mountain View and Homestead. The season with Pinewood basketball features one player and her support for her little brother, and the story of how the game of basketball bonded this Wilcox star with his grandfather. 49ers Cal High Sports Report starts right now.
Welcome to 49ers Cal High Sports Report presented by U.S. Bank. I'm Robert Brownstein.
And I'm Aubrey Tolliver. We start tonight in the NCS with opening night action in the Diablo Foothill League. The Northgate Broncos start league play with an impressive 11-2 overall record.
Yeah, and the Broncos taking on a Campo Lindo team led by David Ahazy and his 18 points a game. Campo and Northgate this week. The Northgate Broncos making the short trip to Moraga to face Campo Lindo in the Diablo Foothill League opener. Campo gets down to business right away. Carter Mahoney to Max Weaver, who lays it in for the first points of the game. But back come the Broncos. Connor Rose going coast to coast gets the circus lay-in to go. Northgate continues the attack later in the quarter. Alden Friedman takes the baseball pass and slams it home with authority as the Broncos take a 2-point lead after one. The Cougs answer back in the second. Carter passes to his little brother Aiden Mahoney, who shoots and scores for three. But Northgate responds with their own three-pointer. Rhodes kicks it to Brady Cook, who drills it from the corner. 33-30 Broncos at the half. Campo Lindo continues the three-point shootout in the third. Weaver passes to Carter Mahoney, who nails it. The Broncos fight back on the fast break. Rhodes finds Cook at the elbow, who fires and hits from downtown. But the Cougars take over from there. Emmanuel Collis dishes to a cutting Peter O'Donnell, who lays it in and draws the foul as Campo takes a 1-point lead after three. Northgate trying to stay within striking distance in the fourth, but Aiden Mahoney with the steal and the basket. Campo Lindo firing on all cylinders as Aiden Mahoney dishes to Weaver, who makes it splash from deep as the Cougs win it 70-57 to go to 1-0 in the Diablo Foothill League.
Now time for the Blossom Valley Mount Hamilton showdown between Willow Glen and Evergreen Valley. The Rams start off the game with a 5-point run. It's Holden Kieshlick to Kevin Mayetta, inside to Noah Yang for the 3-point play. The Rams take off on offense. Ewan Crutchfield kicks it out to Tyler Kolanowski. Swish! Willow Glen takes a 13-point lead. Evergreen Valley working to stay in this one. Rohan Bindu to Aditya Agarwal to Redhir Chenna for 2 and 1. The Cougars swing it out on the perimeter. Bindu finds a wide open Jay Ladd for 2. Evergreen fights their way back in this one. Bindu playing great defense. He comes up with a steal and lays it in to pull the Cougars within 5, but Willow Glen dominating the second half. Kieshlick forces a turnover and dishes it to Mayeda, who finishes at the rack for 2. Here's Kolanowski to Crutchfield. The senior drives to the hoop and finishes with the scoop shot, and the Rams go on to win it 64-54 to advance to 2-1 in league. Kolanowski with 18 points.
The SI Wildcats introduced as they meet Sacred Heart Cathedral at Haas Pavilion this week. Off the opening tip, Demaya Lewis ahead nicely to Carmela Marquez for the very early lead. SI right back as Rachel Harvey drives in a nice dish to Maddie Ennis, who lays it in. More Wildcats in the corner as Jacqueline Acosta, and the freshman nails the three, 16-14 SI. But this one was tight the entire way. Lewis again to Marquez. She is a sharp shooter. Irish lead by 4. But the Cats keep clawing, toss it inside to Ennis, who shows her post skills, spinning into the lane and hitting the fadeaway. Angie McAdams had a nice game for the Cats as she nails the top of the key 3. But the Irish extend their lead as Lewis tosses inside to Talo Leoparesa, who was tough all game long for the Irish, who lead by 6 in the third. But here's McAdams again, another 3 to close the gap to 3, and then Ennis ahead to Rachel Harvey, who finishes, and the foul as the Wildcats tie the game at 40 all. SI with a 2-point lead late, but 2 free throws by Lee Uparesa sends the game to OT, and in the OT, the Irish take control. Lewis banking at home as the Irish win it by 7. Lee Uparesa leading all scores with 17.
The James Logan Colts getting hyped up to take on the New York Memorial Cougars Wednesday night. Logan on the attack. Miwand Siraj takes a shot on goal. It's saved by the keeper, but Sergio Garcia puts it away and the Colts are on the board. 2 minutes later, a steal by the Cougars. Andres Pinedo sends the ball to Fidel Ochoa, who hits the back of the net from 30 yards out, and the shot ties it up at 1. James Fernandez with a free kick at midfield. Ochoa with a beautiful header to Jose Luna. Goal, and Newark Memorial takes the 2-1 lead. A penalty kick is awarded to Miwand, who fires a rocket into the net to tie this one up at 2. And it's still a 2-2 game as we head into stoppage time. Miwand takes possession and strikes for the tiebreaker, and that is the game winner. The Colts celebrate their 3-2 win over the defending league champs. James Logan stays undefeated in league and hands Newark Memorial their first loss. Each week, we present the Players of the Week in a rap produced by the Hip Hop Department at the Rikus Center.
Here are this week's Players of the Week.
Yeah, Rikus Center, Cal High. Your players of the week. Give him the rock and watch the tsunami start. It's a big wave of scoring from Jelani Clark. An all-league sensation, he ain't hearing the haters. Throwing down dunks for the Reardon Crusaders. With 19 points, 4 assists in a block. 3 of 4 on threes, he's not missing a lot. Leading his squad to a blowout win over St. Francis. Jumping out the gym like he's doing gymnastics. Everybody's looking at Zion pulling. He's doing things on the court people tried and couldn't. He and his College Park Falcons are flying through the air. Had a dunk that might end up being Player of the Year. Zion poured in 30, adding 13 assists with 9 boards. A triple-double just narrowly missed, knocking down 4 trays all in the fourth quarter. He's impressing all reporters, loyal fans, and supporters. Yeah. Rikus Center, Cal High Sports. Woo. These are your Players of the Week.
Stanford Healthcare brings us great information on sports-related injuries every week.
Here's the 49ers head team physician, Dr. Tim McAdams, with this week's tip.
The posterior cruciate ligament, or PCL, lies behind your ACL and is important to prevent the tibia from translating posterior on the femur. The PCL is much thicker and stronger than your ACL, so tears are not as common. When they do occur, you may have pain and swelling and a feeling of looseness in the knee, and this can initially be confused with an ACL injury. PCL injuries are usually grade 1, a sprain, or grade 2, a partial tear, both which are stable and usually heal fine with rest and bracing. Grade 3 PCL injuries are complete tears and often occur with other knee ligament injuries and may require surgical reconstruction. Physical therapy is an important part of the treatment of PCL injuries.
Coming up, the CCS Block Construction Blockbuster game as St. Ignatius and Sacred Heart Cathedral play for the Bruce Mahoney Trophy.
And the Pinewood player caring for her little brother. The season with Pinewood basketball is next.
When you're ready to buy a house, a mortgage from U.S. Bank could help make it possible. And a dedicated financial partner will be with you every step of the way. See about pre-qualifying today. U.S. Bank, the power of possible.
Defender twice my size. Bring it. Down by 2? I got this. I love this game as much as the pros. I may not play for the Warriors, but I have the same doctors. Teaming up to keep the pros and me at the top of our game.
Scatbacks, Hellcats, Demons, we've got them all. Fast and furious at South County. Speed is our name. It's the Big Finish sales event at California's #1 volume dealer. Get the new Jeep Cherokee for just $16,888. Jeep Renegades just $12,999. New Jeep Compass for only $13,999. New Fiats just $11,999 after discounts and rebates. Are you kidding me? Big Finish, big savings, big selection. South County of Gilroy. Drive a little, save a lot.
At San Jose State University,
we discover who we want to be. For ourselves,
for our families,
for our communities.
Different and unexpected.
Begin here.
At the heart of a transforming valley, in a city that is tough and beautiful.
We are Spartans.
What powers us changes our world.
We are are back at Levi Stadium with the West Catholic League contest between rivals Sacred Heart Cathedral and St. Ignatius.
The game is for the Bruce Mahoney Trophy. The Irish won the football contest, so a win in basketball would give Sacred Heart the trophy for the second straight year. It's our CCS Block Construction Blockbuster game, and Robert was there.
Blockbuster game, yeah.
The Bruce Mahoney game always has a big, excited crowd, and it's no different tonight. For SI, look for Garrett Kaysen. Garrett's been out the past 2 years nursing an injury. He wanted nothing more to be able to play in the Bruce Mahoney game his senior year, and he will start tonight. For Sacred Heart Cathedral, it's O'Sheen McCormick, the big man who should be a force in the middle for the Irish tonight. It's the Block Construction Blockbuster game. The Bruce Mahoney Trophy on the line. An SI win would take it to baseball. If the Irish win, they get the trophy for the second straight year. The Irish off to a fast start as Elijah Flowers steps into the lane, a fancy up and under, and an 8-2 Irish lead to start the game. An emotional night for the Wildcats' Neil Begovic, whose dad played at Cal. He passed away 9 years ago. Neil working hard for two in the paint, playing for his dad in this one. And when Begovic nails this three, it's just a 1-point Irish lead. The Irish extend the lead here, toss it ahead to Corey McCoy. 10-7 Irish, but the Wildcats take charge from there. Begovic with another of his 4 3-pointers in the game, and then Ren Robinson catches fire. Ren from just right of the top of the key for 3, and then again from nearly the same spot, Robinson hits, and the Wildcats have an 8-point second quarter lead. Later in the second, here's Begovic again, the Wildcats with a big second quarter run to take an 11-point lead. Just seconds left in the second, and Robinson showing off his stuff and then nailing the 3. A little trouble with the dismount, but the Wildcats outscoring the Irish 21-8 in the second. Third quarter, the shot is off, but there for the rebound and strong putback is Garrett Kaysen. Wildcats lead by 12. The Cats' hot shooting from the outside continues as Begovic nails the long 3, and Robinson this time driving hard to the basket. 2 more of his game-high 25 points. The Irish trying to come back. A terrific up and under move here by Cedric Reed Jr. That was nice, but the Wildcats will win convincingly. This is Mr. Robinson's neighborhood as Ren hits his 5th 3-pointer of the game, and then a terrific pass from Ren to Begovic, and SI wins behind big games from Robinson and Begovic, and Garrett Kaysen thrilled to be a part of this big game.
It felt great. It was a dream come true. So, junior year, I didn't want to play, but I wanted to play.
Tonight we continue our series, The Season with Pinewood Girls Basketball. The girls coming into the week 12-0 on the season.
Yeah, they're doing really well. Tonight we meet the Pinewood girl whose role as a sister is equal to her role as student and player. The final fall leaves tremble and hold tightly as the winter winds test their grasp. This is the Northeast San Jose home of Pinewood freshman Emily Lee. Inside, the warmth of the Lee family spreads to the youngest, 9-year-old Nathan, a boy who has the mental capacity of a 3-year-old.
I chose to do the amniocentesis because I was expecting another girl. And it turned out, unfortunately, the result was something else, that Nathan has a DNA syndrome. We have 2 weeks to decide, and we chose to keep Nathan. I never regret. Just appreciate, love him, and want him to be around forever.
I really love him, but sometimes he's just kind of hard, you know? Like, when I'd have to go out to dinner and have to take care of him because he won't let me like eat, and he's always like touching and grabbing stuff, but I still take care of him, I still love him.
And because he's nonverbal, the challenge is when he's not feeling well, I'm feeling useless.
Nathan's big sister Emily is a freshman at Pinewood, splitting her time between practicing with the varsity and playing for the freshman teams. At home, Emily is part of the effort to take care of Nathan, an effort that is always hard.
Yeah, because I had to take care of him too, and it's just so stressful. Because one time he threw an iPad on my head. I still play around with him. It's super fun playing around with him. It's just such a fun experience being able to see how he is, and I feel lucky that I actually have him as a brother.
There are 2 persons in his life that he paid lots of respects. One is his uncle, my younger brother. The other one is Emily. When Emily says something, he always listens. He doesn't listen to me or my husband.
The time with her teammates is a nice respite for Emily away from what can be stressful times with her little brother. She hopes to use her education at Pinewood to help Nathan later on.
I'm looking forward to trying to get a really good career out of going to Pinewood and seeing what I can do for Nathan in the future.
To me, the way I look at it is by Emily doing well in school, sports, in life. That is a big help for me.
As the Pinewood JV plays its way to another win, Emily Lee is the leading scorer. In the stands, her little brother seems to enjoy the game, but you can't really know for sure. Outside, the final leaves of autumn fall to the ground. Why one leaf holds tight while another one falls, we'll never know for sure. Game number 13 for the undefeated Pinewood girls comes against a powerful Carondelet team led by University of Washington-bound 6'3" senior Allie Bamberger. Carondelet gives the Panthers the lane early, guarding them at the three-point line. Carondelet's Erica Miller is on fire, hitting a very long first quarter three to put the Cougars ahead. The Panthers are not hitting their shots, but Carondelet is. Totania Motorway bounces this one in, and it's a 2-point Cougars lead.
Any problem getting shots? None, all right? We're 0 for about 9. We're gonna go 9 for 9, all right? Next one's always in.
Out of the timeout, Annika Decker scores with a tough move in the lane, and when Clara Astrom hits a three, the Panthers retake the lead 19-17. Carondelet finishes the half strong with tough play down low. 6'1" senior Alex Brown muscling in for two and the foul. It's a 4-point Cougar lead at the half.
27-23, 1 of 14 from 3 in the first half. Doing a good job on offensive execution in terms of getting our shots, but when somebody's in a dead dribble, it's oh, I got to get open now. We have to recognize it better.
The Panthers playing all out in the second half. Caitlin Leung colliding with the Cougar for a loose ball. Carondelet continues to dominate down low. Modawar with a strong rebound and putback, and it's a 12-point Cougars lead. Bamberger passes out to Erica Miller, who hits another of her 6 threes in the game. The Panthers fighting hard to get back into the game, but the calls are not going their way.
It's called a strip. All ball.
The Cougars' hot shooting continues. Allie Bonderer for 3, and the Cougars' lead is 13 late in the third.
The last 5 possessions, 6 possessions, we got clean looks at 3, clean looks at the rim. We don't hit them. I'll live with that.
But what Coach Scheffler cannot live with is Clara Astrom fouling out of the game with 5 minutes to play.
Trapping first pass, out of the trap, look to tip it from behind.
The Panthers' trap works well, resulting in some stops and some easy lay-ins, but the Panthers run out of time. Carondelet celebrates a well-earned win, handing Pinewood its first loss of the season.
Experience is what you get when you don't get what you want. All right, and this is a classic example of that saying. We don't finish well, we don't shoot well against a good team, that's what you get. And that's basketball.
Next week, we'll see how these girls get so good at making that three-point shot.
Time for our South County Chrysler U.S. Bank Coach of the Week Award. This week's Coach of the Week is Mitchell Shapiro from the Leland Chargers, his team beating the defending league champs to start off their regular season.
Mitch Shapiro, this week's South County Chrysler Coach of the Week. Coming up, back to the hardwood for Piedmont Hills and Lee.
But first, take a look at our Cupertino Electric Top 10 Girls Basketball Power Rankings.
Luxury real estate is far more than a transaction. It's about living the life you deserve. Morgan Mano Shepler with McGuire Real Estate knows a commitment at this level requires a rock-solid relationship with experts who truly understand each local community. Go to Morgan's website to learn more about available homes for sale, read Morgan's client testimonials, and request a complimentary home valuation. With Morgan's proven track record for success, her clients enjoy a complete concierge service experience from start to finish. Because anything is possible when you have the right agent.
When I first came here, my goal was to be a contributing player on my high school's JV football team. The center actually not only helped me achieve my goals, but exceed even what I initially set out to do. I was able to continue playing football professionally through a lot of the things that I learned at the Rega Center. The Rega Center is a place to help you achieve your goals and then, tailor it to whatever the person's goals might be.
High school sports builds character, builds communities, builds legacies, and Block Construction plays a big part in this, building state-of-the-art athletic facilities all around the Bay Area. With an unwavering commitment to teamwork, innovation, and quality workmanship, Block Construction places great value on dedication, performance, and successful outcomes. Block projects inspire excellence and are a place where memories and legacies are built. Block Construction, we care, we prepare, we perform.
We're State Nation's College Band, and you're watching 49ers Cal High Sports Report.
We are back at Levi Stadium with a Mount Hamilton division battle between two teams looking to compete for a league title this season, Piedmont Hills and Lee.
The Longhorns from Lee come into the game with a 2-0 league record, while Piedmont Hills enters the game 10-2 overall. The Mount Hamilton division battle played on Wednesday night.
The Lee Longhorns getting set to take on Piedmont Hills in a thriller Wednesday night. Lee sets the tone early in the game. Tyler Shenfield fights for the ball on the ground and passes it out to Dylan Johnson, who splashes for three. It's Johnson driving to the hoop and a no-look to Connor Smith. Lee up 13. The Pirates looking to retaliate. Elijah Washington hits one from beyond the arc. Still in the second quarter, Caiaphas Ardoin showing off the athleticism, coming in hot and makes the contested lay-in. A minute later, Johnston from far out hits nothing but net, and the Longhorns are rolling. Watch this move by Max Lee as he fakes out a defender and drops in the layup. Terrific play there. And here comes Lee again, dishing off a dime to Owen Dyer, and Dyer hits the open lay-in. Lee up by 7 at the half. A minute left in the third, the Pirates' Andrew Lee splashes a three, and Piedmont Hills is taken off. Here comes Ardoin showing the toughness and nailing the fadeaway to cut the Longhorn lead to just 2 points. Leave it up to Washington to hit a huge three to put the Pirates up by 2 with 30 seconds to play in the fourth. Down by 1, Luca Kais with the ball with 4 seconds left, and he hits the fadeaway to win it. And the student section was loving that. The Longhorns a winner 56-55 to remain undefeated in league.
The Dublin Gales warming up to take on the De La Salle Spartans on this foggy Thursday night. 33 minutes into the first, Dylan Morley is up for the penalty kick, and it is good. De La Salle is on the board. Then 3 minutes later, Sebastian Maza sends it down the field to Tyler Cessio, and he's there to put it away with the awesome header. And just seconds later, Dominic Yosto intercepts the pass for the goal. It's 3-0 Spartans. Second half now, Dublin trying to stay in control of the ball, but Cessio sneaks up on it and fires it in with a push kick. DLS now up by 4. And the penalty kick by Morley makes it 5-0 Spartans. Ramiro Rosas sends the pass into the box, and Cessio heads it in. That is a hat trick for the senior Spartan. De La Salle wins it 6-0 with 3 goals coming from Tyler.
Once again this season, the San Jose Earthquakes bring us the Boys and Girls Soccer Players of the Week.
This week's Boys Soccer Player of the Week is Chris Ortiz from Cupertino High School. Chris scoring 3 goals in the Pioneers' first league contest. That guy is fast.
He is. Our Girls Soccer Player of the Week is Holly Pitek from the talented Midi squad. Holly had a goal and an assist in the Monarchs' win over St. Francis.
One hit away brings us great advice on concussion prevention.
Here's Dr. Ron Desmaris with this week's tip.
When a concussion occurs, the 3-pound soft brain is tossed around in the anterior bony cage of the skull. On a micro level, many negative things occur, thus creating unfavorable chemical changes in the brain. Interestingly, the brain matter itself has no pain receptors, so it will not tell you much once injured. A headache is basically caused from inflammation and blood vessel damage resulting from the actual hit to the head. One hit away understands. Your brain can change your game.
Coming up, our South County Chrysler Game of the Week as Irvington battles Mission San Jose.
And to the soccer pitch we go with Livermore meeting San Ramon Valley when 49ers Cal High Sports Report returns.
Steve Greenwood's water pump repair business and Tri-Counties Bank have a history together. So when the chance to start a company that manufactures the parts he uses came down the pipe, he knew who to turn to. Branch manager Daryl Polkentine created a business line of credit, allowing flexible funding to start the company and fund initial manufacturing operations, maintaining a strong cash flow for his flowing enterprise. That service to be pumped about. For personalized problem solving, switch to Tri-Counties Bank. Service with solutions.
We welcome to Levi
High Stadium. Just a spectacular day. Bright sunshine, not a cloud in the sky.
Serino Group is committed to giving you the very best service when buying or selling a home, but we're also committed to giving back to the communities we serve. We are encouraged to see the good and uphold it. Serino Group has pledged to give 1% of our gross commissions to charitable and community groups making a positive difference. Serino Group has donated more than $2 million to these groups since the inception of the 1% for Good program in 2012. Go to our website to see the list of recipients. Serino Group, our community is your community.
Hi, Ed Graziani, a founding member of the Serino Group. I'm proud to support high school sports on the 49er Cal High Sports Report.
Hi, I'm Kathleen Pazine in Palo Alto, and I'm proud to support high school athletes on the 49ers Cal High Sports Report.
49ers Cal High Sports Report is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By Block Construction, together building greatness. By Cupertino Electric, the company delivering power and possibilities and celebrating student athletes making a positive impact. By the Rikes Center, where goals and dreams become a reality. And by Stanford Healthcare. We are back at the NBC Sports Studio with the Mission San Jose Warriors off to a great start to their season. MSJ comes into the week 10-3, led by 6'5" senior Siddharth Raman.
Wow, the Warriors meeting a 10-3 Irvington squad. The Vikings led by talented senior Owen Schmitz. Irvington and Mission San Jose in the South County Chrysler Game of the Week. Aubrey was there.
And here are the Irvington Vikings looking for a win on the road against Mission San Jose. Siddharth Raman finds Arnav Aurora in the corner for three to go up 7-5. Irvington's Koshal Boba gets in on the three-ball action, and the shot from long puts the Vikings ahead 15-14 after one. In the second, it's Aurora with the spin move past his defender and driving into the paint and floating it home, but we follow this play on the other side of the court. Owen Schmitz going through three defenders and finishing 21-18 Irvington. And with time closing down in the first half, Taylor Stone Amandi to Winston Wu, and the Vikings take the 30-28 lead into halftime. In the third, we have Anthony Chen driving down the court, and Jimmy Wang finishes the fast break with the lay-in. But the Warriors would tie this one up. Aurora with the three-ball off the inbound pass from Ranak Srivastava. It's 40-all, but just a few seconds later, Boba bringing that lead back to three. By the way, Koshal was 12 for 12 from the free throw line. The Warriors trying to cut the 9-point Viking lead. Raman with a beautiful putback, and he had a fantastic fourth quarter. Watch this impossible shot. Nice going, Siddharth. But Irvington would stay in control of this one. Schmitz comes flying in for the putback, and the Vikings take home their first league win of the season, 79-64. Let's hear from those Vikings. Here they are, fresh off their road victory, the Irvington Vikings. We're going to talk to Koshal first because he is our game MVP, 23 points.
Yeah, Koshal.
So, you guys were able to pull ahead late. Talk about this team's performance tonight.
We stepped up big on defense. That's what our team works on every day in practice. And we know we got guys that can score on offense, so we just got the job done.
You guys did. Okay, next we're going to talk to Owen. All right, Owen, what is this team's goals? What do you guys hope to accomplish by the time the season is over?
Well, we're hoping to keep winning. We're 11-3 right now, so we're hoping to go to postseason right now.
And what do you guys hope to take away from this season?
Just play hard every day, and like I said, we want to go to playoffs.
Playoffs is always the goal, right? Okay, thanks, Owen. All right, Braxton, what sets this team apart from any other team that you guys will play this season?
So this team by far is the deepest we've gone. Every single guy on this, Every single guy on this team can score. Can put the ball in the basket. We can all play D. It's by far the deepest. last game we had a man go down, so we had to do it for him. We got the dub, and let's bring it in. Let's bring it in. Here we go. Vikings on 3, family on 6. 1, 2, 3. Vikings 4, 5, 6, family.
Out to Livermore now as the Lady Cowboys look to stay undefeated against San Ramon Valley. 14th minute, Livermore on the attack. Olivia Crumman-Gans crosses to a wide-open Abby Harnish, who slips it past the keeper. 1-0 Cowboys. San Ramon Valley looking to tie the game before the half, but Lindsay Harnish is there for the save to keep the Wolves scoreless. 51st minute now, Emily Johnson to Crumman-Gans, who fires this one on net. It knocks off the keeper, but Abby Harnish is there for her second goal of the game. Livermore up 2-0. The Wolves' Kylie Kerr fires the PK in here, and it's SRV's first goal of the game. 68th minute now, San Ramon Valley looking for the equalizer. Riley Arbogast with the shot on net, but Kelsey Hoops is there to save the day. Livermore takes this league matchup to extend their undefeated streak to 10 games. 2-1 the final. Once again this season, Lexus of Stevens Creek presents the Volunteer Award, part of the Lexus of Stevens Creek commitment to promoting volunteerism.
This week's Lexus of Stevens Creek Volunteer Award goes to Johnny Rettinger from the Kings Academy boys basketball team. As a Boy Scout, Johnny participates in creek cleanups. Johnny also helped build a fence in the Japanese Friendship Garden in Kelly Park and is planning a trip to Mexico in April to build houses for the poor. Johnny talks about his volunteer work.
Why do I do it? Well, as a Boy Scout, one of the points of the Scout Law is helpfulness. And also as a Christian, I believe that God calls us to help other people. And so, yeah, and also I just feel good when I help other people and, serve the community.
Coming up to the East Bay League we go for Amador Valley and Granada.
And the story of the Wilcox basketball star and the bond between him and his grandfather. We'll meet our U.S. Bank Inspirational athlete next.
Back at Levi Stadium and another East Bay League game, Amador Valley is off to a 2-0 start in league with senior Jaden Shepard leading a talented squad.
Yes, the Dons meeting 10-4 Granada on Tuesday night.
The Granada Matadors taking the court for their East Bay League game against the Amador Valley Dons. The match looking good in the first. Tyler Morano escapes the double team to Lance Rodriguez, who fires from beyond the arc for 3. Rodriguez finds Derek Santos in the corner, and it's nothing but net for the Matadors as Granada leads at 14-11. Amador Valley makes a comeback in the second. Ty Castro hard to the rack and one. And then later in the second, inbound pass to Brad Couture. He jump stops and fires from the corner. More Dons now as Jules Bayos-Gardo drives the lane, drawing the defenders, then dishes out to Jaden Shepard for a 10-footer. Amador Valley now up by 5. The match respawn. Rodriguez to Yaton Anderson. Pump fake, and he gets free to cut the deficit to 26-25 Dons to close the half. Amador Valley taking charge in the second half. John Venzone driving the baseline hard to the rack, and it's tied at 34 all. Late in the third, Bayos-Gardo to Dimitri Aaron, who hits from way downtown, and the Dons are up 56-50. Later in the fourth, it's Castro firing it in again as the Dons hit their free throws late and hang on to win this nail-biter 62-56, staying undefeated in the East Bay League.
The Homestead Mustangs looking to take down undefeated Mountain View on the Stangs' home turf Wednesday. Claire Pear's shot is saved. Allie Montoya kicks it out to Isabella Walker, but a spectacular defensive play from Eden Pollitt keeps this game scoreless, and with a minute left in the half, Sarah Davenport's shot is deflected, and watch Montoya fly in. The freshman with her team-high 7th goal on the season and her 8th goal coming in the second half. John V. Subramanian passes it to the fabulous freshman, and the Mountain View Spartans grab the 2-goal lead. 4 minutes left in the match. Kelly McDonald with the textbook pass to Shreya Gonti in front of the net, and Gonti does not miss. 2-1, and Homestead is back in this. Less than a minute left, Montoya comes racing in, passes it in front of the net, and there waiting is Maru Lasala, and that caps off the Mountain View scoring, giving the Spartans their 9th win on the season, improving to 9-0-1. Each week, U.S. Bank brings us stories of inspirational athletes who've overcome adversity in their lives to succeed in school and in sports.
Chiara Biagini joins us now with the story of how sports bonds families.
Robert, from a very young age, Brendan Yee's love for basketball grew from his grandpa, who played professionally in Korea. Tonight, I share with you the story of how this Charger is living out his grandfather's legacy.
It's a building exciting year for Wilcox, with junior Brendan Yee bringing the ball down court for the Chargers. This point guard is a fierce competitor, setting the bar high for his team.
Yeah, basketball pretty much revolves around my whole entire family. I have a younger brother. He's starting to play basketball too, and everyone loves it. Everyone loves to watch. Everyone supports, so basketball is our life.
Brendan's basketball DNA comes from his grandpa, Chung Yee.
So he played in Korea a long time ago, and from what I've heard, I'm pretty sure he's played professional basketball in Korea. He actually never really told me too much, but from my grandma, she told me that my grandpa was probably like one of the best basketball players she ever saw.
Brendan and his grandfather grew very close. Their love for basketball brought them together. But this past July, Chung Yee suffered a brain aneurysm, collapsed, and hit his head.
It was so sudden. I mean, my grandpa was very healthy. He used to golf every day, walk every day, and he was probably the last person I'd expect this to happen to. So it was very shocking for our whole entire family.
Brendan's grandfather spent several unresponsive months in the hospital. His health declined, and Chung Yee passed away on November 29th, just one game into this season.
He came to me one day and he just said, you know, Coach, I think I'm going to be missing some practices. And at first he didn't want to tell me the details, but he opened up as you know, we moved forward. And I told him, you know, look, you just take as much time as you need. And he's done a pretty good job of handling it. And yeah, it was very challenging for everybody.
Brendan misses his grandfather in the stands. His biggest fan never acted as a coach or told him what he is doing wrong. Chung simply sat and supported his grandson.
He would give me some advice like from here and there, but most of the time he was just there to support me. You know, I used to see him in the corner of the bleachers every single game, come up to him, give him a fist bump, and you know, he'd always wish me good luck, and it was just amazing having him there and support me.
After the passing of his grandfather, Brendan struggled. What got him through the sadness is basketball. The rest of Brendan's family is there to support him at his games.
I mean, it was not easy, of course, but it was mostly my family, to be honest. My family, you know, always there for me, and it was great just having everyone have my back and supporting me through everything. I mean, I get motivated because the rest of my family are there, and it's always great, you know, seeing me playing basketball and having my family being there for me and knowing that they're enjoying it. And so I'm really there just to bring joy to my family. And I mean, I always know that my grandpa will be there for us.
It's always hard to continue on when what has always been there is now gone. But for Brendan Yee, the connection between his grandfather and basketball will always be there.
Brendan is dedicating this season to his grandpa. The Yee family is still healing from their loss, but basketball is helping mend their hearts.
Yeah, Brendan, obviously a really good young man, and
Yes.
very sweet that he's doing this
Yes.
this year for his grandpa.
Very touching.
All right, thanks, Keith.
So Brendan is our Be Human Inspirational Athlete this week. To nominate your favorite inspirational athlete, download the Be Human app in the App Store and use the tag Inspirational Athlete to share what makes your nominee so inspirational. Be Human is humanizing social media. Be Human, inspire, and be inspired.
Coming up, our NCS Block Construction Blockbuster game as De La Salle battles Doherty Valley.
And the girls from Sobrato take on Silver Creek. You're watching 49ers Cal High Sports Report.
The difference between possible and impossible? It's a person who believes they can, surrounded and supported by others, by us, who believe it too. U.S. Bank, the power of possible.
The Reicha Center is well known as an elite athletic training facility, but you might not be aware of all the ways the center touches the lives of our community. In addition to athletic fitness, nature awareness, and creative arts, the Reicha Center offers a diverse community service program allowing students to gain leadership and life skills, learning the responsibilities of a real work environment, from working with young children to helping veterans with archery. The community service program will teach students the demands of a professional environment while fulfilling their high school's community service requirements.
It's here. It's the Big Finish sales event at the #1 hybrid dealer in the world, South County of Gilroy. Get $15,000 off the MSRP, huge tax breaks, and rebates on the best-selling hybrid in the Silicon Valley, the Chrysler Pacifica. This is your last chance to get your tax credit and access the commuter lane. Only 125 left. They are selling fast, so get yours today. South County of Gilroy and South County of Marin. Tax break, tax break, tax break.
The East Bay League has 10 talented teams with the top 5 all legitimate contenders for the league title.
That's right, 2 of those contenders, the Doherty Valley Wildcats and De La Salle Spartans, meeting this week in our block instruction NCS Blockbuster game, and our Kiara Biagini was there.
I'm here at De La Salle High School as the Spartans take on the Wildcats in the second week of league play. Coming into this game, 3 teams sit at the top of the East Bay League at 2-0, including De La Salle and Doherty Valley. For the Spartans, look for 6'7" senior Tim Kostolansky, a dominant player inside, averaging 11 points a game, shooting 45% from the field. For Doherty Valley, look for number 4 Donovan Sevilla, an impressive shooter and playmaker for the Wildcats. In a fight for first place, it's De La Salle and Doherty Valley in our blockbuster game.
The Spartans grab a quick lead in the first. Tim Kostolansky kicks it out to Thomas Gregorius in the corner for 3. Next, it's Gregorius getting the offensive board. He passes to Kostolansky, and he sinks the 3 ball to make it 10-6 De La Salle. Doherty Valley right there with the Spartans. Justin Mazalang hovering the key. He finds David Wong down low for 2. That was a nice play, but the Spartans continue to hit from deep. Freshman Jeremiah Dargan finds a wide open Gregorius. Money. The Spartans extend their lead. Watch Kostolansky head straight for the rack and hammering it down. That gave De La Salle a 25-16 lead. Little time left in the first half. Donovan Sevilla drives through the paint and gets the bucket and 1 to pull the Wildcats within 3 at the half. Third quarter was tight. Great ball movement here by De La Salle. It's Gregorius to Kostolansky, back to Gregorius for the lay-in, but Aiden Sevilla heats up for Doherty Valley in the third. He brings it around the key and comes up with the nice reverse lay-in, and moments later, Aiden pulls up and sinks the 3-pointer to give the Wildcats their first lead of the game. Fourth quarter, De La Salle meant business. Gregorius pulls up and kisses it off the glass for 2. De La Salle takes this one 63-48 to advance to 3-0 in league. Here's Thomas Gregorius post-game.
We were able to regroup at halftime and made some adjustments, and then we turned it up on the defensive end, and we were able to turn that into offensive buckets. It's definitely big for us having that momentum to go into the rest of the season.
In Concord with our blockbuster game, I'm Kiara Biagini, 49ers Cal High Sports Report.
Sobrato and Silver Creek meeting at half court, preparing for their CCS matchup in San Jose. The Lady Raiders come out shooting as Leilani Ogman hits a dagger from beyond the arc to put Silver Creek on the board in the first 9-0. But Sobrato's Kiana Brielle Maldia shows she has some range and drops one in from way downtown. Maldia isn't quite done yet. She drops in the perfect mid-range jumper, and then seconds to go before the half, Jessica Byram with the layup. Sobrato leads at 24-21 at halftime. In the third, Ogman with a great night shooting. She drops in the J, and a little later on, here she is driving to the hoop, and she gets the and 1 to increase the Silver Creek lead to 7. But Sobrato isn't giving up. Alyssa Raskin waiting in the corner and nails the 3 with 3 minutes left in the first, but Kennedy Ventura hitting the floater. Silver Creek defeats Sobrato 59-45 to improve to 11-3 on the season. Check out that stat line from Ogman, 35 points. Each week, the Harker School celebrates its pursuit of academic excellence with the Scholar Athlete Award. This week, we honored Connor Smith from the Lee Squad. Connor has a 4.7 GPA and is anxiously awaiting his acceptance letters from top academic colleges.
Yeah, I'm sure he's going to get somewhere. Brought to you by the Harker School. This week, Harker congratulates its boys varsity soccer team. On a great start to the season, the team improved to 5-1 on the season with a 4-0 victory during winter break. At Harker, preschool through 12th grade students discover their passions. Learn more at harker.org.
Each week, Adobe brings us a tip on how to use great Adobe products to improve your highlight reel or team video.
Here's this week's Adobe tip. I'm about the world's worst artist, so when I need artwork to make my Photoshop projects, I often look for templates online I can use. These are made by artists much more talented than I am. Many of these are free or can be purchased. Once you have the template, you can change the color, the font, and make them your own. Another way to use the Adobe Creative Cloud to make your videos the best they can be. Coming up, Hillsdale takes on Menlo Atherton.
But first, take a look at our Cupertino Electric Top 10 Boys Basketball Power Rankings.
'49ers Cal High Sports Report is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By Tri-Counties Bank, service with solutions. 12 locations now open in the Bay Area. By South County Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Drive a little, save a lot. By DGDG.com, where we want you to be a happy car buyer. And by the Serino Group, here for good.
Hi, I'm Lucy Wiedemeyer.
And I'm Keith Andry.
And we are both brokers with Serino Group. Many of you will remember legendary football coach Charlie Wiedemeyer, my husband, who was a champion of high school sports. And together, Keith and I support high school sports in our Bay Area.
We head to the Peninsula South, where the Hillsdale Knights won their league opener last week.
The Fighting Knights taking on Menlo Atherton this week. The Bears also with a league opening win. Hillsdale and Menlo Atherton Wednesday night. The Hillsdale Knights getting pumped up to face Menlo Atherton Wednesday night. The Knights on the attack early. Ian Nopamuseno with the bounce pass to Seth Godfredson, who fires and hits for three. But back come the Bears. James Beckwith shows off the spin move, and he lays it up and in. Hillsdale trying to answer, but Justin Anderson comes up with the steal and the easy bucket as MA takes a 9-point lead after one. The Bears keeping the momentum going in the second. Nick Tripaldi dishes to Beckwith, who pulls up from mid-range and gets the kind roll for two. 31-12 MA at the half. MA continuing to pour it on in the second. Will Beasley shows off the fake to lose the defender and drills it from deep. Then just a few minutes later, Heath Cooper kicks it to a wide-open Beckwith, who makes it splash from downtown. Hillsdale still fighting back. William Cotton shoots and scores from a deep three, but this one belongs to the Bears. The first shot is off, but Andrew Morris gets the offensive board and just gets the lay-in before the buzzer as Menlo Atherton cruises to a 60-31 impressive victory to go to 1-0 in the Peninsula South. Beckwith leading all scorers with 15.
The battle for first place on the line is Monte Vista host California. Lady Mustangs keep the game close to start it off. Kat Stewart to Grace Rogers, who swings us around to Demi Apostolopoulos, and it is good. Then Audrey Moulton comes right back on the next possession, drives to the lane with the layup for two as the Lady Grizzlies take the lead. And Cal kept the pressure to start the first. Erica Adams pushes up the court and takes this coast to coast, and Cal is dominating 15-5. Monte Vista looking to fight back, but Moulton intercepts the pass, outlets it out to Adams, and finds a wide open Kelly Tumlin. And after the first quarter, Cal is up 27-5. And we fast forward to second half, where Monte Vista trailed by 16, but Lana Wenger takes this one up strong and brings the Lady Mustangs back to single digits. But in the fourth, the Lady Grizzlies take control. Moulton was the girl to watch. She'll take it the other way and finds Tumlin, who lays it in for two, and the Lady Grizzlies take this league matchup over the Lady Mustangs, with Audrey Moulton leading the way with 18 points.
The Midi Girls soccer team is awesome once again this year. Must have a good coach.
Yeah, they do. JT is awesome.
JT Hanley?
JT Hanley,
wow.
The guy. The Monarchs meeting with Shanberries from 99.7 now at the Rikus Center earlier this week to chat about their season.
They're winning with JT Hanley.
They are winning with JT Hanley.
We're at the Rikus Center in Menlo Park, the premier training facility on the peninsula where goals are achieved. Hey, it's Shan from 99.7 now, here with the ladies of the Midi Girls soccer team! Woo! That's right, ladies. Oh my God, well, I heard you guys have so many big games coming up. What are you guys doing to prepare for all those games?
Well, since the beginning of the season, we've been practicing like every day right after school, and at least once a week we have a mental skills coach come in, and we just really mentally prepare ourselves.
That's awesome. And what kind of drills are you guys doing?
It's a lot of drills that kind of like use the entire team so that we can already build that chemistry on that field.
Well, that's awesome. Let's go over to Caitlin. I know you have some big predictions for the Midi Girls soccer team. Tell us those predictions.
I think we have big hopes for what's coming in the future, but for now we're just taking one game at a time. We're super, super excited for league, and yeah, we're just really excited.
Well, thank you, Caitlin. That's awesome. Let's go over to Shannon. I love to end with traditions. Tell us some of those traditions for the Midi girls soccer team.
Yeah, so we definitely have a lot of traditions. So for our away games, we have buddy snacks. So you have a secret buddy that you get them their snack throughout the day, and you'll have their favorite snacks, and then we'll write each other little notes to just say, like, you're going to do great today, really excited to play with you. And then the night before every game, we'll do pasta feeds, so we all just get to have dinner together, spend a really great time together, have a good meal to prepare for the next day.
Oh, wow. This is a team I could be a part of because you got me at snacks and pasta. I'm Shan from 99.7 Now. You can catch me every morning on the Fernando and Greg Show, 6 to 10 a.m. and then 10 to 2. Give it up for the Midi girls soccer team!
Video 3, 1, 2, 3, Midi!
DGDG.com presents the Be Happy Play each week. This was a play in a game this week that made everybody happy. This week's Be Happy Play goes to the St. Ignatius Wildcats, the boys basketball team, rushing into the student section after winning the second leg of the Bruce Mahoney series to tie it up, and that makes the Wildcats pretty happy. Go to DGDG.com to find out how you can be a happy car buyer.
Very exciting. Coming up is the Service by Medallion Play of the Week. Some great plays this week. We'll see who gets it next.
But first, here's this week's training tip by our good friends at the Riker Center.
Hi, I'm Coach Robbie, and today's training tip is a physio ball hamstring curl. We're going to begin by lifting up our hips, engaging our core, starting with a nice straight line through the spine. We're going to pull those heels back, squeezing those hamstrings, and we return back into that extended position.
The winner of the Service by Medallion Play of the Week, it's a hat, a very cool pair of headphones, and an invitation to our 49ers Prep end of the season awards banquet right here at Levi Stadium, May 20th.
We'll show you some really good contenders and then award this week's Play of the Week. First up, Tyler Cessio from De La Salle with the impressive header for one of his 3 goals in the match. Tim Kostolansky from the De La Salle basketball team with the throwdown. He's 6'7" and makes it look easy. Watch Alden Friedman from Northgate getting up high for the one-hand slam, and that was a good one. Here's Siddharth Raman from Mission San Jose comes flying in for the putback. We like that one, but the play of the week goes to Luca Kais from Lee, or should we call him Luca Clutch? Down by 1, he drops in the game-winning shot with 4 seconds left on the clock. He worked hard for that basket behind the back dribble and dropping it in for the Longhorn win and the play of the week.
That's the Play of the Week, and that's our 49ers Cal High Sports Report for this week. Thanks for watching. I'm Robert Brownstein.
And I'm Aubrey Tolliver. Join us next week for the story of the Richmond soccer player making his home with Los Aceteros. We'll see you next week.